YouTube, this is Dave Medic 1, and today's video, I'm going to be posting this video up just on a couple, one item that I recently got like 3 or 4 days ago, and just a basic, I'm going to be doing kind of a cut test type of deal here soon. I've got a couple ideas, and they're going to be on larger knives and chopping and whatnot, and chopping capabilities, and it's just going to be, to tell you the truth, it's not going to be super technical. It's going to be more fun, just chopping and cutting stuff up and stuff like that. But I have a collection of larger knives that I haven't showed you guys. And before I get started, I just want to apologize. I'm on some monster Java, so I may be all over the place and talking real fast and whatnot. So this is the reason why, and this is kind of the reason why most of my videos are kind of all crazy and all over the place, so because I'm always on the monster. But anyway, enough of that. Okay, like I said, I was going to get into some choppers here. I recently purchased, this is a Kabar Zombie War Sword. Now, I was getting, I had a machete or a larger size knife that I was intending to pack with me when I go on hiking trips. Just kind of my larger knife, clear brush, slash kind of, wood gathering, this and that for camping or whatnot. And the original knife I intended for was far too big, kind of on the heavy side, weighed 3 pounds, and I'll be showing you that in a second. So I was originally going to get the BK9, but the price tag was up in right around $100, and then this guy came out, and I was able to get this shipped to my house for $50, which is a pretty good deal. This knife is, I believe, the total length of this guy is 15. Here you go. It doesn't even fit in the screen. 15 inches. Actually, no, it's yeah, it's 15 inches. The blade width on this guy at the widest point it's 1.5 inches, and I believe it's 1095 carbon steel on there. This is not really a review on this knife. I'll wait to do the actual review on the knife when I go to do the chopping video here. It comes with these really ugly green scales, kind of to go along with their zombie stuff. I don't know, zombies, vampires, whatever. I don't really get into that. This is just, it's fairly light. The blade length is, the cutting surface actually on this blade is about 9 1/8, maybe 9 1/4. The entire length is 9 1/2. It's really, I like it. The handle's a little, it's got this groove right here, and it's kind of, it's tight for 2 fingers. I guess for choking down, I guess you can get a really good grip, but as you can see, my finger's a little wider, and I don't have the largest, the largest hands. They're not small. They are beat up, but they're not small, and they're not huge, so as far as the handle ergonomics, it's okay. It could have been a little better. But anyway, this is one of the ones I'm going to do that. It came with the nylon sheath. It also came with a little skeletonized knife. I forget the name of it or whatever. The sheath is okay. Bright zombie green cord there. Molly gear on the back, but whatever. Tell you the truth, I'd much rather have a Kydex sheath, and once I could build my press and get that going, get some Kydex in, I will be making that, because this is a little bulky. Not a knife to be carried on the side. It's just way too big. This is going to be strapped to the back of my, on the back of my pack, but off to the side. So anyway, let's get this out of the way. Alright, so, bam. The Zombie War Sword. Now, another one that I'm going to be doing in the chopping video, which is kind of not as large as these, and this is a knife I already went over and I've done a review on, is the Kabar Warthog right here. This was going to be my like secondary small chores wood, but it's a little on the large side. I have a design that I've actually posted on my channel of something I'm going to be making that's a little bit smaller than this. Same length. Let me see here. The length of this guy is actually 12 inches. The knife that I'm going to be making is 8 3/4 inches, a little smaller side, mainly to be carried tip down or tip up on a shoulder strap of my pack, and then I would have like a folder as kind of like the little cutting go-to type of deal for that. So here's the second one I'm going to include in that cutting tuss. Now, this next knife I've had for a while and I have yet to do a review on. It's a really affordable knife, and it is a kind of a movie knife. It's not a fantasy knife at all, but it was it's the Gill Hibben. The Gill Hibben 4, and this knife doesn't even fit in the screen. There you go. Get a basic idea of that. The Gill Hibben 4 is I think it's 10. It's also 1095. Excuse me. It's 1090 high carbon steel on that. The width on this guy is 1/4 of an inch, or the thickness is 1/4 of an inch. The width of the blade at the widest point at the tip right there is right at it's 2 3/4 inches, 2.5 towards here. It came with a leather wrap on there, which wasn't really all too comfortable, so it's there. I went ahead and wrapped it with paracord. This handle width is about 1 3/4 inches, so it's a little wide. If you have a larger hand, it's comfortable. For me, not so much. So, in the future, I will be doing some modifications to this, where I'm going to be actually cutting 1/4 inch off of this, and then going ahead and putting some G10 handles on here. But this knife is what I was going to have in place, or originally was going to be my pack knife. But this guy right here, it weighs 3 pounds. You could just wave it at a tree and it'll probably cut a limb off. But I was always curious to the cutting capabilities of this knife. When I got it, it had a flat grind on it. And it wasn't even a flat grind. It was pretty much, I mean, I had to reprofile the blade. There's some that didn't even have an edge on it. This knife, you can pick it up for as cheap as $40, shipped to your house. And it's just a big, nasty knife. I like big knives. So, you know, that's one of the reasons. If you've seen the Rambo 4 video, or it's just called Rambo, this is the knife that he has in there. He's cutting people in half, cutting limbs off. He chops some dude head off with it. It's pretty much an infomercial for that movie. Is an infomercial for this knife. It was badass. I really like this knife. A lot of people kind of, it's too big, it's too heavy, it's a movie knife, da-da-da-da. Whatever, dude. It's badass. I got it for $40. I sharpened it. This knife right here is pretty darn sharp. Well, of course, everybody fails during the cut test on when they go to post a video, and why should I be any different? So anyway, it is razor sharp. Sharpened it extensively. Had to reprofile, like I said. Let's see if we can get this going. Sorry, it took me a minute to get another piece of paper. This is just regular magazine paper, or as you can see, it is pretty. It's kind of hard to do it behind a camera too. See that? And this is the blade that's it's freaking 1/4 inch. It's actually a convex grind on there, so just to make it easy sharpening. So that would be the other one I'm going to do on here. So we got the 2 Kabars. This is a larger blade, considerably lighter. To tell you the truth, it's actually lighter than the Warthog, because the Warthog is 3.5 inches a wide blade, and the handle material definitely. This handle material is really light. It's kind of some type of plastic. I'm not exactly sure. Like I said, once I do the review, I'll have all the specs for you guys. This is just kind of like a preview to a video I'll be doing in the future. Now, last is I got this knife, and it's a really cheap knife. I got it because it slightly resembles the shape of a knife they had in the Ip Man movie, the second one, where they have these old school Chinese cutting blades that were just a flat piece of metal ground down. This is similar to that. Here you go. That's it. It's very primitive. Not much shape, not much style to it. It's a piece of stainless steel with paracord on it, and that's it. That's exactly. And this thing right here is it's the lightest one of the bunch. As far as the thickness, we're looking at probably 3/16 if I were to take a guess offhand here. The blade width is actually it's just under 1.75 inches. It is a, this is probably it's a $20 knife is what it is right here. I got it simply to kind of, because it resembled that knife I saw in the video. The length on this guy, though, it does have some length. This is 18 inches total. Cutting surface is at 1.75 inches. And it's got a hollow grind going all the way down here. Now, this guy came sharp, pretty sharp from the box. And then I went ahead and stropped the holy crap out of it. I mean, it's got a polished edge on it, and this thing is extremely sharp. But it's light, it's thin, and I would say this is kind of like, I don't expect too much from this right here. This is for clearing. This would be for clearing light brush. But to tell you the truth, I guess it's just, it's like I said, folks. It's a $20 knife. So that's just kind of this video. Like I said, I'm going to be doing chopping tests. I'm going to try